Alrighty, we are now currently live in the place to be with our new scene. So I did some work in here with the actually I need to make a quick change real quick so I stop hearing myself. Alright. Because that's going to get annoying as hell. There we go. Oh, much better. Alrighty. And we can do a little bit. There we go. So we're playing with some, well, not we, I have been playing with some overlays here. Just trying to make some adjustments on the stream, cast, whatever you want to call it. That's apparently a great debate right now is whether or not this is actually a web stream or a podcast. I like to call it either or. Doesn't really matter to me. As long as you enjoy the content, I'm going to enjoy making it. Anyway, we just grabbed a quick little stream here. Shout out to Stream Elements. We're using one of their built-in streams. I may do a little bit of tweaking here, but I kind of like the background. I like the animation. It's a Japanese style. It's got the cherry blossoms in the background there. And as you saw in the getting started scene, it's an automated system that just animates itself on a constant loop. So we're going to try a different scene selection. If you're watching, let me know what you think of it. But we're going to go ahead and get started here. We're going to do the daily challenges. We're going to start out with Modern Warfare 3, since we're going to do this fairly quick, because I've been running around all day, and I just got off the cast with my other fellows and friends there under the Technically Unsound podcast. I'll go ahead and include a link in the description, so you may want to hit them up. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to start out with the daily challenges for Modern Warfare 3. I haven't played this in a hot minute, so figured I'd jump back into it, see how it goes. This is in zombie. Oh, those are track challenges. Oh, man, I haven't been in here in a minute. So, the current challenge is get 7 operator kills with snipers, get 5 operator headshots with kills with secondary, and 2 operator kills with sticky grenades, which should be kind of easy to do. But like I said, it's been a minute since I played this, so we'll go ahead and see what it's like. Let's go ahead.
Standing by. We control two objectives. Securing Bravo.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Alright, so we got the Black Ops 6 loaded up. We're going to do some of their daily challenges. 5 frag lethal equipments, 2 or 5 double kills, and 50 eliminations with a marksman. I'm pretty sure I got a marksman loaded up, but I want to load one that I actually need to work on, if there's still one that I need to work on. And there is. There's the Tarkov and the SWAT. We're going to do the Tarkov. And do any of these handguns need to be done? Nope, they do not. Do need frag grenades. I don't think I need perk greed either, but I would prefer to have an extra lethal. And I prefer to have tracker. Now let's go engineer. That way we can see stuff. And of course, the ever trustworthy ghost. I don't like people being able to see me. Now, if I kept that other perk on, I would have put on ninja, so I could run around, not be hurt as easily. And we're also gonna load up a. We'll probably do a weapons double XP and a leveling double XP. I don't see why not. Let me see what I got here. Well, I could do 2 45-minute ones. I can afford that. It's all right. By the way, I did prestige since the last time I played, I believe. I'm at level 42 now. So let's go ahead and find a match. We'll go into here. Definitely uncheck all that because we're not playing them. Domination, hardpoint, kill confirm. It's good. And of course, Nuketown will be in here. Not too worried about it. Sorry for my squeaky chair. I think that'll also be another Christmas gift I bought myself. Will be a new chair. Is this chair? Man, you pay for what you get what you pay for. Definitely get what you pay for. Granted, this chair has now been almost 2.5, 3 years old. Oof. I thought I definitely needed a gaming chair, thinking that I need to be cool like all the cool kids. And no, I don't need a gaming chair. I need an executive lounge chair or executive managerial chair. I don't need something that these little kids that weigh $1.25 soaking wet. Yeah, I don't need that. I don't want that. If I could, I would put a lazy boy in this room, which I may actually still do. Just haven't quite figured out how yet. But we're working on it. We're working on it. All right, so we got this loaded up. Got a marksman set up. 2 double kills. I'm pretty sure this marksman shoots decent. Yeah, it should be semi-auto. 30-round mag. Yep. Oh, you know what? There we go. We could definitely work on. All right, the zombies is done. We can work on these reticles for this reticle that's loaded here, which is the, what is that, DMR 01392? Oh yeah, we definitely need to do some headshots on this to get this loaded up. Here's what I don't like also. I've got some camos unlocked. I can't even use it until all the other stuff is done. And some of these are just ridiculous. You gotta get like 5,000 headshots just to rank up. That is one thing I don't like about this Black Ops. Some of these challenges, they put so many in there, but man, it takes so much to go through. All right, so we started the game up. Let's go ahead and get a token running. I learned not to start my tokens till I'm actually in the game, even though I just got blown up some. I was gonna say somehow. It's not really somehow. It's pretty simple. I got blown up. Because some of these games take a minute to even get loaded. So it was like you end up wasting it, and you know, it's not that it's that big of a concern, but the simple fact is
Not this time.
these tokens wear down in real time. So if I gotta sit here for 5 minutes because the game is stuck loading or whatever the case is, that's 5 minutes that I don't get back from that token.
Hostile stun.
Oh, damn. I estimated that's where he was gonna be at, and that did not work. Oh, you know what? This is a good map to get some grenade kills, though.
Incoming grenade.
Man, that took forever. That was ridiculous. Again, you know, I gotta compensate for being able to move fast instead of that slow-moving Modern Warfare 3.
Losing Bravo. Stun inbound.
Ah. I'm overcompensating on some of these, and that's just not working out well.
Frag thrown.
Okay, well. Oh, you know what? I did find. What's here?
Hostile grenade.
Oh, somebody grab my grenade and throw it back at me? That's just messed up, sir. So, let's see. If I cook it a little bit.
Hostile UAV established overhead.
There we go. I do miss having my holotherm sight. I could see through smoke easily. Yeah, I know that they have a somewhat similar one here, but it's just not the same.
Hostile assault pack destroyed.
We control zone C. Losing B. Bravo lost.
Beginning capture.
Oh,
We have to be green on capture.
throw that out there. I think if I was in this game a little bit earlier, I may have been able to set up
SATCOM, requesting recon overhead.
something a bit better. I can
Incoming
establish a place where I could, ironically enough, camp to get these marksman shots. Oh, I don't have an ammo crate to refill my grenades, but I don't, and I could see if a teammate has one where I could just run out there and die, and you know, which is what I would normally do. But I kind of got a good spot here. I got teammates that are kind of holding it down around me. So I may just sit here and hold this out on the, oh, missed one.
Concussion grenade.
Lead dart.
Definitely not going for those stupid little jolly things because the event's over for me because it's already completed and I have absolutely no need for those stupid little elves or whatever they are. So one of the things that my friend's wives posted is her and some of her friends were upset, and I posed this to the guys on the podcast earlier tonight. Is it okay to, if you have children, let's say, I'm going to say 10 years or younger, have someone dress up as the Grinch, come through the house while the kids are awake, you know, rampaging, not really rampaging, but, you know, making a scene kind of, and acting like they're, well, dressed up as a Grinch, but then stealing all the presents or grabbing as many presents as they can, and then taken off, because, kids and whatnot are like, oh my god, the Grants, he stole Christmas, he's trying to steal their presents like he did in the movie. Is it okay to do that to children? Or is it just cruel punishment for your own entertainment? I personally find it humorous. One of the guys mentioned, hey, depends on their household. If you think it's funny and you think your kids will not going to freak out over it, sure. If your kids are extra sensitive in that aspect of things, then you probably don't want to do it. Maybe traumatizing to them. But this is one of those things that people are like, no, we need to stop doing it. It doesn't matter if they're not sensitive or not. It's just cruel punishment that adults are doing to kids for their own amusement. And I'm kind of like, you know what? I don't think it is. I don't think it's... I mean, it is, but I don't think it's torturing to a child. I mean, what if that's what gets your kid to start behaving? Not fucking up, basically. My parents would tell me, I don't know how many times I was threatened with a no Christmas because of shit I did in school, bad grades, not listening to teachers. I was notorious for not doing homework. Which I don't know why. I mean, the homework was somewhat easy. I just think I didn't have... I think I really had ADHD. Before it was called ADHD, it was just being a badass child. Anyway, I had plenty of years where my parents would, or my mom would mainly say, you're not going to have a Christmas. You're not getting anything for Christmas. And, in our household, it wasn't, okay, you get all the toys and whatnot you want for Christmas. No, our Christmas was, you're going to get 3/4 of stuff you need. New school clothes, church clothes, whatever. Socks, the necessities that you would think you would just get throughout the year. No, these were always saved up for Christmas time and birthdays. And you better not go out there and get them dirty. But, I keep forgetting I need to get grenade kills and I just keep sniping these. Wait, I also need to get marksmanship. Yeah, I do need 50 eliminations. I need some double kills and frag grenades. Alright. So these are a little bit far out there. So I may just start throwing some frag grenades out here just to get something. And I think there's somebody over there. I haven't mastered my... Oh,
we got a friendly down.
just as I was saying, I haven't mastered my random throws. Like I used to be able to do on the other Call of Duties, like Shipment and whatnot, Nuketown. Man, I would call them random throws, but they were not random. They were well-placed shots that I just knew if I threw the grenades out there, they're getting somebody. Anyway, back to what I was discussing. So, Christmas time. My mom would always say, you're not getting anything for Christmas, or, you keep messing up, you're not going to get anything for Christmas, or I'm taking back that thing that I wanted for Christmas so badly. And I remember there was things like the original, Voltron, not the little plastic ones, but when I was growing up, you had die-cast metal Voltron and Transformers. Which, man, I wish somebody had never told me about having garage sales and selling things for money, because if I had kept those, man, would they be worth some money. Anyway, my mom would always say things like, you're not going to have a Christmas, keep messing up in school, keep doing this, getting grounded. It's just been an overall badass child.
Good shit.
And it wasn't really torture. It was a repercussion. It was in my case, it was planning how to do stuff throughout the year when I needed to stop doing stuff, or lay off doing stuff, or curb the stuff that I was doing, so it didn't affect my possibilities for Christmas gifts. Now, granted, at one point in time, I thought there was, the only Christmas gifts only came from one location, and as I got older, I realized this, because one of my things at Christmas was finding the presents. My parents would hide presents everywhere, and I would find them, and it was like a mission impossible opening up the boxes, because they were the queen. My mom was the queen of getting stuff from the PX, or the big stores, Montgomery Ward, Sears, and those come in big, just nondescript, big white boxes, so you couldn't shake them and tell what something was. All the boxes look the same, and they make great looking presents to sit on the tree. They're think of your modern day monitor. They come in a box about just as wide and long, but twice as thick. So you really didn't know what was in there. It could be some sweaters, some hoodies, some shoes, some toys, some socks. So the trick was getting to finding those boxes, breaking into them without showing that they had been tampered with, and then resealing them up. So I was all for it. And at one point in time, my brother was just like, he didn't care. And at one point, we both did it. But then he kind of was just like, I'm over it. What is this? Extraction kill confirm? Heck, we'll play it anyway. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, so at one point, she kind of came through. I knew the gift was there because I found it earlier, and she said if I didn't, straighten up and start acting right, I wasn't gonna get anything. And sure enough, I did not get it. She held that thing, and the thing with it is this. My birthday is in August, Christmas obviously in December, so probably around February, I've already forgotten about this thing. So she would just not give it to me. Like, no, we took it back. Santa Claus didn't give it to you. We gave it back to Santa Claus, or they, the other thing was, we're gonna give it to some needy kids. You don't need it. You're not needy. You don't act like you're needy, so you don't need it. You don't want it. You're not gonna get it. So they would just hide it, not give it to me.
I got movement.
And then, like I said, I had such a short memory span on things like that. By the time February rolled around, I just didn't remember it. So they could easily hold stuff till August and give it to me on my birthday. Now, which is kind of a good thing, save. They bought something early, they saved it. I didn't deserve it, whatever. But then there were times where I'm like, y'all forgot this gift, right? That I was supposed to get for Christmas and I didn't get it. I would just call them out on them. Like, look, I know I messed up. I got caught. I served my time, served my punishment. Mind you, I was grounded for a very long time as a child. I like to say I spent 10 years on restriction, as my parents call it. Other people call it being grounded, but yeah, I did a 10-year bid on and off. I would annoy my mom so much. I would get furloughs for like a week or two, and then I would do something to piss her off, and I go right back on. And my dad would just laugh at me sometimes. I think my dad laughed at me because he was like, how did you get away with this for so long? What made you think of doing that? Because I would do some weird shit. I thought it was ingenious shit. And my dad had sometimes thought it was ingenious shit too, but he would have to laugh because my mom was in charge of punishment. So anyway, them hiding the Christmas gifts for me, that was okay until it got to a point where I was at that age where if I wanted something, I was like, yeah, this is what I want now. 8 months later, I don't want that. That's for little kids. There was that little gap there where I went from wanting stuff that children wanted to wanting things like a Walkman or a stereo or a camera. I didn't want, a Superman action figure or the G.I. Joe action figures or, Star Wars action figures. I didn't want those things. Those were things for children. I'm not a kid anymore. I was a kid, but I was kind of a preteen, and I was heavily into things like music and photography. So I remember there was a year there I wanted a skateboard because I got into skating. As a skater, you don't do toys, and I'm not talking like little child skateboard like. You see the kids with the ripped scooters and whatnot. No, I'm talking Christian Hosoi, Tony Hawk, Mike McGill, all of them. I wanted an actual skateboard. We had already built our own launch ramps and we're, you know, dropping in and embankments and things like that. That's what I wanted. My parents, who then told my grandmother I wanted a skateboard, and they assumed I wanted a child skateboard. You know, I'd literally been watching Search for Animal Chin and a bunch of other stuff. I was like, no, it needs to be this kind of board, because if you don't get this kind of board, I told them, I said, I was straight up honest with them. I said, do not buy this skateboard unless you're going to buy this kind. I said, this is not saying that it has to be this brand because, you know, I want to be petty and have whatever. I said, no, you need to buy this brand, because if you buy any other brand, it's going to break and it's going to fall apart. Then you're going to get mad at me for using the skateboard the way that it was meant to be used and it falling apart and breaking because it's made out of cheap material. We're talking like this is like I don't even think it was a Walmart. I don't even think Walmart existed at that point. I think it was like a Kmart skateboard. And I had been borrowing friends. I'm not even going to say I was borrowing. They gave it to me. And said, here, we don't want this. And he was one of those kids who was like, yeah, I don't want this. My brand, you know, I wanted this, blah, blah. Screw those guys. I don't want this anymore. So I've been using it for like 9 months. And he finally came back and was like, I want my skateboard back. I'm like, dude, you literally seen me the last 9 months. We've been skating and in the same class for 9 months. You've never wanted this back. Now you want it back. Like after you gave it to me, it's been almost a year. I want it back. I was like, yeah, that's not going to happen. We literally got into a fist fight in my hallway in the front of my house. My mom thought we were playing around. We were dead ass serious. So I told him, I was like, don't get me a skateboard from Kmart. I said, if you're not gonna get me a real skateboard, don't even bother wasting your money on it. Get me something else. Get me this Walkman. I know the PX has this. You know, I know I think Sears or Radio Shack. I was like, get this instead. Do not buy this skateboard. Sure the fuck enough, they bought the skateboard. They're big cheers on the house. I'm like, I said, I can already tell. I said, I'm not even going to take this out of the box. I'm not going to, you know, unwrap it. I said, take it back, get your money back, and just get me, you know, if you don't want to buy me a Walkman or something, I can use old bootleg. Just buy some cassette tapes that I like, you know. It was probably like Prince or Run DMC at the time. I was like, that's even cheaper. I said, you know, I'm trying to help you. I was like, but at the same time, yes, I want something that I'm actually going to use. They're, oh, you don't appreciate it, blah, 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 blah. My oldest brother was home at that time. And I told him, I said, don't buy a cheap skateboard. I was like, this is what we do on skateboards. And I kind of showed him. You know, I went over to a friend's house. Brought him over to the house because, you know, our families knew each other. We all went to the same school and whatnot. So I showed my older brother, I said, this is why you can't use a cheap skateboard. If you use a cheap skateboard, as soon as you do that once time, maybe twice, it's going to break. And he was like, well, why would you do that? I was like, that's the purpose of a skateboard, is to do these tricks. And that was basically an ollie. I didn't show him, you know, an acid drop or anything like that, because that would have destroyed that board in like 2 seconds. And of course, it was like, well, you know, you should be appreciative of what somebody got. Your grandmother got that. And I was like, I know she got it. And that's why I said, I told her, I said, Grandma, I appreciate it, but you could take this back and get me something else. I was like, I'll take a jacket. You know, kids hated stuff like that. I was like, I'll take a jacket or coat. Something else. I was like, but I don't want, I said, you're going to get mad. And of course, my mom did not understand any of that. So I told her, this is going to break. And I went a very long time without using the skateboard. Oh, how come you're not using it? We just bought that. We should, if you aren't going to use it, we should have just taken it back. I told you to take it back because I'm going to end up breaking it. I said, and this is one of these things that I even do to this day. I'd rather not do something or be around something because I know they're going to bitch about it. Or they're going to blame me for it. Even after I told them about it, they're going to bitch and complain about it. So I'd rather not even do it. So, and that's one of those things I even do to this day. So, of course, get the skateboard, grandma said, well, show me how you do it, you know, show grandma how you use it and whatnot. I want to see how you do it, you know. I went there, I rode around, you know, so yeah, you just do this. And my brother's like, no, why don't you show her that thing? What was it, Oliver, what? I was like, I'm not going to do that. I said, this board will break in half if I do that. I said, and I don't want you to do that, and I really don't want to ride it around because then I know if I ride it around a lot, you're not going to be able to return it to the store because it's used. So he said, well, we don't have the receipt anyway, so we can't. Santa doesn't keep receipts. So I'm like, okay. Went, did an ollie, landed, the board cracked in half. Everybody flipped their lid except for me. I said, I told you this was going to happen. Well, why would you do that anyway? You're not supposed to use it. How would you know what I'm supposed to use a skateboard for? I'm the one that asked for the skateboard. I asked you for a specific brand or even style of skateboard. I said it doesn't even have to be, you know, a Hawk board or a McGill board or any of the other boards. I was like, it just needs to be something other than what you would buy a 5-year-old who doesn't know how to skateboard. Now, if you're riding your skateboard around on your knees and pushing off like we all did at one point in time, I was like, this is a skateboard for you. If you're out there grinding, olling, hopping off curbs, hopping on curves, trying to learn how to do a kickflip, this is not the board for you. This thing was made out of cheap, it almost feels like it was speaker board. And I'm not talking about the good modern day speaker board. I'm talking about cheap balsa wood. And I'm pretty sure it was because at some point in time, that board got wet. Even though it cracked, it broke the seal around it. I remember it getting wet and it swelled up. I was like, so basically, I didn't even have to ollie. I could, hey, look at that. I made the final cut. Oh, look at my dance, doing my dance. Even after doing the final, I said, even if I didn't do an ollie, and it wasn't even a big ollie. I wasn't trying to do a massive one. I was just trying to do as little as possible and ensure shit the whole board cracked in half right in front of the back truck. And then I realized if I had just did a rail slide and broke the varnish on it, as soon as that thing got wet, it would have swelled up and just fallen apart. Needless to say, they were all pissed off about it. So I think if my parents had done something a bit more with me, if they had done that whole Scrooge thing, I would have been like, whatever, wouldn't have bothered me. May have bothered my older brother a little just because there's a strange person that's dressed up in the house. Because the idea is you get a third party. So the kids can see mom and dad are both there. And you see a total stranger dressed up as a Grinch coming through your house. You're thinking something else. So anyway, I don't think it would have affected me. I probably would have been, if I'd known it was coming, I definitely would have laid out some booby traps. I was doing Home Alone shit before that movie was even a concept. Trust me, when you grow up with an older brother who likes to try and torment you, this is what we did. And thus is what led to a lot of my time grounded or on restriction. I'm not playing that map. You know what? Let's go ahead and put a Nuketown Holiday in there because I know I'll end up getting that. And I want to get some of these frag kills out of the box. So yeah, I personally think it's okay to scare your kids if it's going to have a positive effect on them. I was not that child, but I'm also a child. I'm also Gen X. We're built different. You know, when COVID hit, it didn't really even bug us. We grew up drinking from water hoses, water buffaloes. If you lived near a military base, literally we're told to rub dirt on it and walk it off. Grew up with phrases like, I'll give you something to cry about. So COVID, not really that big of an issue. Damn. How am I getting in these games all late? What? Oh, that sucks. A game that's halfway over. I think someone's up there. Oh, maybe not.
Hard point active. Hard point locked down.
Sorry, I had to go silent for a little bit to concentrate. See, these little things are, yeah, this little Archie whatever thing. Yeah, I don't need any of those. I think I mentioned on the last stream, when that thing started, I apparently just had all of them already. I totally don't remember doing anything with it. I don't remember collecting anything with them.
Hostiles have captured the hard point.
Alright, well,
Hard point located.
I totally keep forgetting how to get up here during other games, because I always think it's...
Hard point is active. Hostiles have the hard point.
Damn, I could have got a frag grenade off of that guy. Alright, where is... Oh, I'm totally just realized I've been playing this with absolutely no audio from me. So, I'm gonna check something real quick. Alright, so you guys are getting the audio for the game, but I totally forgot to turn on my monitoring. So I can't even hear when shit's going on. Alright, we got it back on
Hard point
now.
identified.
We're good to go.
Hard point active. Hard point locked down. RCXD maneuvering.
Sucks that you can't jump up there. That would be awesome.
Hostiles have the hard point.
Carpods available.
Well, that worked.
Hard point is
Scanning
secure.
area with scout post.
Operating RCXD.
Hostile appears KIA.
Hard point located. Hostiles have captured the hard point. Hard point is active.
Engaging
Hostiles
shooter.
have the hard point.
UAV standing by.
5 down.
Archangel ready for use.
Hard point locked down.
EDA 1 down.
Damn, I knew that was gonna happen.
Fire and arcade.
I find it interesting that I do that a lot.
Hard point is secure.
I go quiet when I'm actually on a roll doing something. I gotta keep my concentration. It's like I forget how to talk.
Hard point identified.
Alright,
Hostiles
well,
have the hard point.
so much for that.
Hard point active. Hard point locked down. Hostiles have captured the hard point.
I don't know where that hard point's at. I think it may have been the one where I spawned at.
Hard point is secure. Hostiles have the hard point.
Alright, well, let's go up here. Oh, are you kidding me?
Hostile spotted.
Where the hell is a hostile spotted?
Hard point located. Hostiles have captured the hard point. You gonna let a bunch of company assholes beat you? Fight back, damn it! Hard
Oh
point
shit,
attack.
did I get somebody?
Hostiles at the hard point.
That'd be kind of dope.
Hard point locked down.
Oh,
TACOM, get a UAV in the air.
UAV commencing surveillance operation.
I was totally about to just chuck a grenade over that wall, hope for the best, but then I realized we were already defending it, so don't want to take out our own peoples.
50%. Check.
Okay, okay.
Hard point identified.
TACOM, flying on
Frag!
UAV returning to tank.
Think I got one.
Hard point active. Hostiles have captured the hard point. Hard point is secure.
Well, that sucked.
Nice. We're pulling ahead. Hostiles have the hard point.
Okay, so I wasn't crazy
Damn
on
it,
that.
we've lost the lead.
Oh, that's right.
Hard point located. I don't believe it.
Alright, see? Told you. Challenges for Black Ops 6 are a bit more challenging. Well, what's funny is I totally forgot to switch over.
Hardcore team deathmatch. Shoot to kill. We're not here to negotiate.
Eyes on enemy. Requesting concussion. Grenade out. Any target ID. Enemy stunned.
Bringing SAM turret online.
Hostile UAV established overhead.
Smoke. TACOM, it would appear I am the Blue Falcon. Frag thrown! Enemy mine front.
Enemy spring mine.
You're being outplayed, Crimson One. Step it up.
Foot patrol.
You lost the fugitive. Langley won't be pleased.
Well, shit. Clean yourselves up. We'll get the next one.